part of me. Yes, I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair ain't never gonna go too well. But why should I try to resist when baby I know?
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. My guest today is a very, very fun man. His name is Alex Hooper, and he has been on AGT. He got to the quarterfinals of America's Got Talent. He's on Roast Battle. Just a super positive, fun guy to be around. So I hope you enjoy listening as much as I enjoyed speaking with my guest, Alex Hooper.
2 weeks to the day after it was, I was smoking a joint on the street with my friend. We didn't see it. A cop snuck up from behind us and was like, "I'll take that." Thanks, man. That guy probably had a great rest of his shift. He probably didn't arrest anybody. Yeah, dude, I know you stole that car. Just give it back.
Let's get it started in here, Matt.
Oh, dude. So that's nuts, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. I mean, the thing is, I've been playing it safe. I've been really cautious. We have no idea how we got it. What are you going to do? You know, it's raging through LA right now. And even if you're being as careful as you can be, things are going to happen. And we don't know where we picked it up or whatever, but yeah. I'm not showing any symptoms whatsoever. I'm actually glad that my fiance is showing had a little bit of symptoms, because otherwise I would have continued on my normal life like nothing was wrong at all. Right. I would assume I was just fine because I feel so good. But she started kind of having like losing smell a little bit and stuff. So we both went and got tested, and it turns out we do have it. So
wow.
Honestly, I'm kind of thankful that she showed any signs at all. Otherwise, I don't know. I had tickets to a drive-in concert this past Friday. I would have gone. Yeah. You know? And I didn't, thank God, because we were like, no, we probably have it. So let's just stay home.
Wow. That's nuts.
I know. It caught it, man. Like, I mean, I'm one of the most positive guys I know. So that just makes sense that I would eventually be COVID positive too.
Holy shit. Well, I mean, there's an element of like, taking the mystery out of it a little bit, as long as everything's fine and you survive it, you know, as privileged as a thing as that is, like, it's almost like, God, just get it over with at this point. Like, now you know what it is, but dude, it's a roll of the dice. You're lucky that it's good. It's not hitting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I can't say why. Obviously, it hits other people more, like, and why it's not affecting me. I will say we take vitamin D every single day. We take good care of ourselves. We exercise often. Yeah. We are genuinely very healthy people, and I think that probably has something to do with it. I'm also a 35-year-old, 35-year-old man. I don't know. Maybe I got a weak strain of it, whatever it is. But no matter what, I mean, I'm glad that I'm not ashamed that I have it. I'm not upset about it.
No.
The biggest issue is like, I just want to like go outside and like go slackline and go play tennis and shit. And just being stuck at home doesn't fit with my vibe. You know what I mean, Matt? You know me. Yeah. I'm an extrovert. I like being out in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but I mean, it is this thing. I mean, I don't feel like anybody should have any shame in it at all, but it's like, there's, wow, it's just crazy, right? It's really thrown a wrench. You've had a really interesting, despite all that, you know, like you said, you're a really positive guy. Like, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, because, you know, since I started this, every conversation ends up being about the pandemic anyway, just because what else are you going to talk about? But honestly, like, you've had some really cool shit happen during this that were, you know, contributing to the life raft of hope and people having something other to think about and do during this. Like, you're special, and your performances on AGT was all so odd during this. And I'd love to hear your take on that. But like, first I wanted to say, like,
odd for you. Yeah. Odd for me. Yeah. Super odd. I mean, the thing about it is, like, I felt so privileged to be able to shoot television in the time of a pandemic. I had my first audition for America's Got Talent this year, because I'd been on in 2018, as you know, came back this year. My first audition was March 14th, which is the day we went into lockdown. And coincidentally, the last time I went to my regular job at Universal Studios as well.
Yeah.
So I was very thankful that I moved on in the process and I had something to put my energy into. And I think, honestly, my performances, my last performance mainly, was actually really helped by the pandemic, because I had nothing to do. So I had endless amount of time to come up with things and be creative and think about a different way to present myself on the show.
Yeah.
And they kept throwing all these curveballs at me. Like, we don't know if you're going to be able to go in the studio. You might have to shoot your second audition from home. It might be through Zoom. Maybe we'll just do a pre-tape and we'll play it on the show.
Yeah.
They didn't know what was going on. Like, every day was more emails of like, okay, scrap everything we told you before. Now we're in plan D. Now we're in plan F. Now we're in H. And it's just like, because of that, I just kept pitching more and more ideas.
Right.
And what you eventually saw, that final performance where I'm in the throne, reading the book with the illustrations coming up behind me.
Yeah.
All of that was because I had so much time
Yeah.
to keep conceiving a bigger performance.
Yeah. It was great. Like, it was really fun. Like, you know, totally unexpected, like beyond roast joke to, you know, stage performance. It was really cool. Like, it was great you had that much time to work on it, you know?
Yeah. And it was funny because when it went away, I appreciate that. When it went away, I was like, oh shit, now what do I do? Like, that was so much of my thought every single day was taken up by, what do I need to do for America's Got Talent today? Do I need to be filming anything? Do I need to be sending them any jokes? Do I need to be emailing anybody? Do I need to be going over outfit, music, anything? And then when it was gone, it was like, bye. Okay. Yeah. And I immediately, the first thing I did is I went out to Sedona, Arizona with my fiance and two friends and just decompressed and did some psychedelics and literally got that whole experience just out of me, so I could say, thank you very much, America's Got Talent. Thank you for this opportunity. I can't think about you anymore. So I'm going to do some hallucinogens and then let it literally evacuate AGT from my system, because it was so ingrained in me for 6 months of the year that I was just like, go away. You've had your time.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it felt so good just to be out in the desert doing that.
Yeah. And I want to come back to that. Cause I want to ask, what could you possibly do better there? Like, to your point of like expunging it, like, I mean, obviously winning it would be cool. You know, there'd be a financial thing. You could always say that, right? You know, like, that's amazing. But it's just an interesting concept for you in the brain space that you took. Like, do you feel you're getting out of it what you put in, I guess is my question.
Yeah, no, and that's a great question. And because I feel like I went in there and I did my job to the absolute best of my capabilities. I feel that a lot of things were working against me. I hadn't performed live pretty much in 6 months, except for maybe 4 or 5 times. I was doing brand new jokes on live television. So untested jokes in front of almost 10 million people. There's no audience. There's bright lights shining directly in my face. I'm on a huge stage. And I feel like when I walked off that stage, I was enamored with myself. I was like, you did it. You hit every note. You nailed it. You were in the moment. You didn't even flub a word. You killed it. And in the end, I wouldn't have changed a single thing that I did. I can't help the fact that I didn't move on, because that's the audience's.
It's out of your
it's
control.
The audience vote. Right. And the fact is, Matt, and you know this as well as I do, I'm not the ideal candidate for most people that are watching that show. I come in there with a very specific purpose. I'm a heel. I shake things up. I am memorable. I make some people angry and some people really happy and they laugh a lot. But for the most part, the audience that watches America's Got Talent, they're not going to be my fans anyway. My whole thing going on that show was, dude, if I can get like 1% of their audience to become a fan, that's a ton of people. So like, that's all I wanted. The other 99%, I don't care. I don't worry about when people don't like me. Neil Young said this really well. He's like, the people that don't like me, I actually respect them probably even more than the people that do, because at least they're loud enough to let me know, so I know I don't have to focus on them.
Yeah.
What a beautiful way of looking at people that don't like you. Like when somebody's like, why, what can I do for you? Why would you use your energy that way?
Yeah.
All these people over here are fans. Go to them. Don't worry about the people that don't like you.
100%. Yeah. I mean, it came through, man. It was really good. It was really fun. And just congratulations.
I'm glad you could tell, because I was having a goddamn blast up there. Yeah. That's one of my things is like, that moment is so fleeting, right? Is I'm literally on stage for 5 minutes, and before you know it, that you're going to be off that stage and that moment is gone. And that is, for many people, a once in a lifetime opportunity to get to do something like that. So I tell myself before I walk on stage, Alex, like, this is why you do this, for moments like this one. And if you're not present up there, if you're not enjoying every second, there's no point to all of this. And I specifically remember I was in the middle of the performance and my brain stepped outside of it, out of my body. And literally, as I'm performing the jokes, as I'm talking through the book, I had this moment where I go, Alex, you know you're on TV right now, right? Like there's like 8 to 10 million people watching you do this. And then my brain, my mouth is still talking. It's still saying words. My brain, on the other hand, is going, this is crazy. You're killing it right now. Alex, you're killing it. And I literally had the thought of like, okay, I know I'm killing it. Can I get back to the moment though? Because you're ruining this brain and now you're taking me away from it. And I would like to be in this moment as much as I can. Yeah. And I literally, I walked off stage and the wardrobe person was like, you did it. And I was like, I did, right? And they were like, you did. And I was like, I'm done, right? They're like, you're done, Alex, you're done. And I was like, okay, that's all I need to hear. Because I've been waiting for somebody to tell me I'm done for like months. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's so fun, man. What a beautiful thing. Like, and the other thing that was cool about it was, you know, the reality show genre is so interesting. You know, there's so much bullshit to it. There's so much about it. But I like, dude, Simon really liked you a lot. Like he really, like he
that was
got,
tough
he
to
got
not
it, you
have
know?
him there in the second one.
Yeah. He really got tough. You. Like, you could tell.
Yeah, and honestly, and I think, I'm not saying it would have gone differently with the voting, but I think having him there, people listen to Simon more than they listen to the others about talent. You know, Heidi, Sophia, and Howie, they all have their place there and they all do an amazing job. But the real tastemaker is Simon Cowell, and he's the one you want to impress. And the first time I auditioned, when I got horrifically booed, he was the only one that goes, you're funny. I get this. I like this. So when I went back and him saying to me, like, oh my God, you're such a dick. I don't know why I love you so much. That meant everything to me. It's like, dude, because you get it. You understand this is a joke. Yeah. You understand this is satire. I am a court jester who has been given permission to insult royalty in front of you. Yeah. And no one else is given that opportunity. I took it. And when he wasn't there, I still was glad I got to make a couple cracks on him. Yeah. And people got angry at that joke. The one where I said, you have a young son, your life took a turn. When he graduates, you'll be front row in a beautiful urn. People were furious. They were like, did you just wish death upon Simon Cowell? And I was like, no, I made a joke that a man in his 60s has a 5-year-old kid. What did you not get here? Yeah. You know? Yeah. But I wish I could have talked to him. Because I know he saw that performance, but I wish I could have known what he thought, because I really feel like the one thing about America's Got Talent, I tell people this all the time, you need to level up everything that you already do. Your first audition, if you're already a big, you got to go bigger. But your next audition, you need to be something show them something different than you saw before.
Yeah.
And I felt like if you watch my first audition from 2020, when it's just me in the room with the three of them and I'm doing my jokes, it's one thing. When you watch my next performance from the live shows, it is a completely different beast. It has been stepped up in every single way. Yeah. And that's one thing that I'm extremely proud of, is I really feel like I took my moment and I mined every little diamond that I could out of that mine. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just such big numbers are watching and voting. Like your expectation to be,
try not to think about it.
Your expectation to be everybody's cup of tea is just way off. Like you're just not,
Well, especially with what I'm doing, right? Is like, it's easy. Like the two guys that were voted through ahead of me, they were two former cops who were singing acoustic covers of U2. Like, what is America going to vote for if they're watching that show? They're like, oh, I love this. I can sing along to this song. I know it. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for either. This is the best. Or I come out there in a fur coat and a skin tight bodysuit going, let me tell you all why you suck. Of course they're going to go for the two cops singing cover songs. Yeah. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it was just cool. And it was cool to see the way you handled every bit of it and the way you're handling it now. Like it's cool. It was genuine and awesome. Genuine and awesome, very fun.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I don't know if you know, but the day that I saw you at Universal, like for the millions of listeners, Alex worked at the Universal Studios theme park in like selling tickets, and it was huge lines
for 11 and a half years.
Yeah. And there were, if you've ever been there, how many of those booths are there? 25, 30? Like,
no, there's only 4 now. There used to be 6 and now there's 4.
Really?
At the front gate anyway. Well, but there's like 16 windows that you could go to. And then there's also guest services.
Yeah.
And so
there's a shitload.
There's probably about 25 windows on a given day that you could end up at.
So, now I knew Alex from, and we'll talk about it a little bit, but I knew Alex from doing comedy, but I also knew that you worked there, and I took my son there one day, and it's just like, it's a giant theme park, and there's hundreds of thousands of people, like just, waiting in lines and serpentining. And the random chance to get your booth was just so, I was just like, dude, like the path of you is just so cool. I was like, hey man, you were totally in your game, you know what I mean? But it was just like, of all the people, of all the days, of all the random things, it was just really cool. And
I think you just felt that familiar energy, and it leaned you in toward me a little by little. Because I remember this moment of like looking up and be like, oh,
yeah.
What are you doing here? Which is a funny question to ask the person at the theme that's coming to the theme park, because I would get asked that all the time. Like fans would show up and be like, Alex, what are you doing here? I'd be like, oh, making money. What are you doing here? Did you want to go on some rides? I think we can make this happen mutually. Because it's my job to get you on those rides. So let's go do that.
Yeah.
No,
it was
and the thing
crazy.
Is I did that job. I started that job before I even started stand-up comedy. I moved to LA, basically got that job a little over a month afterwards, and just kept it because they let me travel when I needed to. They were very understanding of my career, especially as time went on. Yeah. I had my issues with them. We had plenty of fights, but overall, I did that job really well, just because in the end, it was a sales job, and it was all about just quick things and talking to people. Yeah. And I'm very convincing and I'm very personable. Yeah. And so to me, it was like, I just made that job into a game. Yeah. And the thing is, we were selling on commission. We got hourly rates, but we would make money every time we sold a front of the line pass, an annual pass, all that stuff. Yeah. We would get money. So to me, I was like, well, I'm playing a game, and I'm going to play faster and harder than every other person here and make more money than them. And that's exactly what I did for 11 years.
Yeah. I think I hooked you up that day with something. We got some kind of upgrade or something.
You mean I hooked you up with something?
You hooked me up with something, but I hope that it was a good thing for you. The sale at all.
Oh,
you know
probably. I mean, I think I probably talked you into getting an annual pass. Although I didn't talk. The thing is, I say I talk you into it when it's someone I know, when it's a friend. I am not pushing it all in the sales department. I'm like, hey, do you want an annual pass? It's only $10 more. If you tell me no, I shut that shit down immediately.
Yeah.
I'm not like, well, hang on a second, Matt. Let me explain the benefits. Like, no. I don't sell my friends.
I remember a very positive exchange.
I
remember a very positive exchange.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear it.
It was just cool.
I had a lot of
was
good
like,
positive comments while I was working there.
I was like, man, holy shit! Of all the booths, but anyway, no, you're just always a light, man. You're just always a light whenever we get together, and you've been present at some monumentally just crazy moments. One being the mariachi band.
Yes, I knew we had to talk about this at some point. Yes.
Yeah. And I have my perspective of it, but yours, I'm so excited to hear your perspective of the best heckle ever. And I'll fill in the background if you need to know.
Yeah, so Jessica Michelle Singleton and I talk about this frequently when we see each other. We bring it up. So I'm going to try to remember it the best as I can. We were doing a show at the bar, which is Captain, what's
Sports
something
Harbor.
Ahoy?
Sports Harbor, Comedy Ahoy.
What is it?
Comedy Ahoy.
Comedy Ahoy, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Comedy Ahoy. And we're doing this show. And this is how I have to preface this. Whenever a show isn't going my way, if I'm in like a really loud bar and I'm watching other comics go up and try their material and people aren't listening or people are heckling or really they're basically just bombing because of the situation, not because their jokes are bad, but because the people in the bar are like, yeah, we didn't come here for this. Shut the fuck up. And then your joke, no matter how good it is not going to get them if they don't want to be gotten. And my response to that is always, okay, you don't want to listen to jokes, then we're going to have a goddamn sing along and you people can either get into it or not, but I'm going to go on this stage and I'm going to sing like a madman. Now, I don't remember what I sang that day, but it was probably My Heart Will Go On.
I think it was Journey.
I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. What was it?
Journey or Don't Want to Miss a Thing. It was Don't Want to Miss a Thing. It was Don't Want to.
Okay, it was probably I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, just because that song is it's hilarious. The lyrics are so funny, but also it's just really fun to sing, and every single person knows it. So you can choose to ignore it if you want, or you can chime in. And this group of people got super pissed that I was doing it because I was basically making it impossible for anyone to have table conversation, which in my world, I'm like, sorry, you're at a show that I'm doing. You're not supposed to be having conversation. Look at me right now. I'm very narcissistic in that way. But then they walked outside in the middle of my set. I finished doing like my 15 minutes or whatever. Jessica Michelle Singleton was headlining the show. She was going on right afterwards. And it was in the middle of her set that this couple of people had left during mine. They somehow came back in with, what was it? A 4 to 6 piece mariachi band playing just as loud as they could, walking through the door. And I mean, questions don't even begin to start to unravel because all of us are just so confused. Like, were they in the trunk of his car? Was he just keeping them there in case the situation? Where did you find a mariachi band in the middle of Lincoln Boulevard? Like, it was like at Lincoln in Washington. There's no just bands playing there on a Friday night. What is where did that come from? It was, I count it as one of the most bizarre comedy experiences I've ever had. And I've had plenty of them. But there's something about that where just the randomness of it all and also the dedication to ruining the comedy show. I mean, honestly, I hate to say it, I respect the fuck out of those guys for going and doing that. Because they could have just gone, blah, 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 we don't want to listen, blah. They're like, no, we're going to step up.
They really upped the game. They really upped the game.
I mean, did that pretty much sell the story? Do you have other details that I'm missing?
The backstory is that those dudes were there from the very beginning when I showed up to set up the show, and were giving shit the entire time. They heckled every single comedian and complained about every single aspect. When I sound checked, they were like, boo, fuck comedy. I was like, holy shit. And they just got drunker as the night went on. So by the time they got to you, the fact that they pulled it together to go hire a mariachi band, A, find a mariachi band, B, and the mariachi band was available to come in to heckle the show.
Such a short notice.
They came up on stage, if you remember, and Jessica was like, well, all right, there it is.
Yeah. This is the show, I guess. Now, and it was
they
like
were good too.
Guys.
They were good.
Yeah. 100%. They knew what they were doing. And it was kind of like, well, at least we made it to the end of the show. Like, no one is upset right now that this is happening. To be honest, I mean, like, they did us a favor because they gave us a story to talk about. This was probably 4 years ago.
At least.
You know?
Yeah.
Right? And we're still talking about it as this moment. Like, to me, they gave us a gift because that couldn't have been free. I don't think they just like.
I hope it cost him $1,000
uniform.
Oh yeah, I hope it cost him thousands of dollars. Like that would make me so happy if he was like just had a bunch of money and was like, I don't care, just throwing money at him. Oh my god! So that night was the night you sang too. Oh my god!
Full respect. Yeah, I really like. Look, take heed, hecklers, okay? If you're going to do it hard. Get creative. Think about my performances on AGT. How are you going to step up your heckling game? And if you're not thinking at least with a full mariachi band or bigger, then you need to step back and wait till you're ready. Because a simple heckle isn't going to do it anymore. You need to figure out how to set up and ruin a show with a grandiose performance from people who have nothing to do with the show.
It's so true, man. Step up. The bar has been raised to full mariachi band to actually heckle. Oh my god.
Now all I'm thinking is now you got to bring JMS on here and get her to tell this story again from another perspective, because it's never going to not be funny. I could ask all 80 people that were in that bar that night what happened, and I would laugh at every single person's rendition of the tale.
God. You're so right. You're so right.
And they're like, I don't know, this weird like leprechaun looking fool was like singing Aerosmith up there, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, a mariachi band is in through the doors.
Oh my god, you're so right. There were probably 4 or 5 other comics on the show that night too.
Yeah, there were. I mean, you typically ran about 7 or 8 comics on a show.
that was a crowded show always. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
Yeah,
so fun.
I think I even had a friend at that show because I used to live in that neighborhood, and so I still had some friends that lived close by. And I remember telling them, "Hey guys, I'm at the Harbor tonight. Come by."
Yeah.
And I think I remember having 2 friends there that we were just they were even they afterwards like, dude, was that planned? Was that part of it? Was that supposed to happen? And that's how good it was. It was so well done that people thought it was just part of the experience. Like, whoa, what a way to end a show. She doesn't need a closer. We'll bring in a closer for her. I mean, if this all turned out to be your grand scheme that you've been keeping a secret for years, Matt, I would respect you so goddamn hard for that.
Man. Mwah. I wish I did. Oh, that's brilliant. I wish I did. Dude, that show was just so ridiculous for 5 years in that place. I just like never once did they even give a second of thought to like cleaning the bathroom. Not even once. In the
it's
history,
always bizarre to me when a venue says, yes, we would love to have comedy here. And you're like, great, here's what I can bring to the table. I have mics, I have speakers, I have an amazing list of comics that I can bring in from all over LA. Like this, I'm going to put on an email list. I'm going to put table things down. I'm going to do all this.
Yeah.
And the venue's kind of like, Okay, but we're also going to forget everything you just told us until 5 minutes before you show up and tell us that we're having a comedy show. Oh, did you want us to turn off the TVs? Yeah, we're not going to do that. Oh, did you want us to stop people playing pool? Yeah, we're not going to do that either. Listen, you can have your show. Don't interrupt our bar. You know, we have a vibe going. This is a sports bar. It's like, either let us do a show or tell us to go fuck ourselves and do it somewhere else. Like, don't go half in and act like we're a nuisance and an inconvenience after you invite us to be there.
That place was half in, half out. It was so funny. Like, they had a regular there that built us that stage. The stage came apart and doubled as benches that they used for seating in the bar. So, like, when I would get there, me and Brian would break down the seating and turn it into a stage. So, like, some dude that worked as a grip or something, you know, probably was like, I'll build a stage, and fucking built a badass stage, right? I mean, it was 6 inches off the ground, but it was pretty dope, right? And then
it worked.
But we could never get a light installed. Never once. Brian would have to stand on a chair and plug something in, you know? But so they were like half in, half out. They loved it. And some days it'd be like, oh yeah, it's comedy night. And other times you're just like, so we're just going to leave the game on the big giant screen, the game that is like 75-2. We're going to leave that game on. There's no chance of this game changing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not even a play. It's a preseason game. They're still like, hey, this is important. The Rams could go all the way this year, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, holy shit. I'm so glad you told that story. That's so funny. So,
dude, I think about that often. Yeah.
Sometimes I can't believe it's real. I have pictures of it, you know, and I think I have little clips of video of it, but I mean, holy shit. I'm sure other people have video clips of it too. Like, smartphones
oh my God,
were a
if
thing.
you have those, please send them to me sometime in the next week. I would love to post about that, because that story is just, it's too good. Like, that's like the clip I will post when I share this podcast and be like, and by the way, when you listen, here's the clip that we're talking about. Because it's just, you know, sometimes the universe just gives you the story, you know, and I really feel like that comedy show, there's no reason for us to be talking about it if it wasn't for that. Yeah. It would have just been another night, another show. Yeah. But because of that, I will remember that till we die. It's beautiful.
It's amazing. Holy shit. I got to recover from that. That's so funny.
How's your book club going for the year? You do one book a week, right?
I was trying, man. It's harder than I thought. Even
a book a week's a lot.
It's a lot. It got crazy. I was zooming along until March, and then it got and I was like, really, I should have more time, but I was like tired more. Like, I was sad and tired
emotionally. Yeah.
It
was very. The thing is like I was very drained by my lack of doing things. Yeah. Like, if I'm out in the world, if I'm going to Universal and then I'm going to do a bunch of shows and I'm writing in between, maybe doing a podcast, I am out and about and I'm ready to go. Yeah. Doing nothing all day, or like just finding ways to be productive, but not really being able to go out and actually do things with people. Yeah. I was very drained from that. And I'm still very relaxed. And there's one thing I will say, you have to have perspective in a time like this. You know, you have to find the good. And the good is I finally slowed down this year and found ways to really just be with myself and be okay not performing. But I was still just like tired, like you said. And I think I read more this year than I have maybe in any other year of my life, save when I was like a really young kid. I still read a lot, but you know, you read it for an hour or two a day, and then I can't really read past that. You know, I got limits. I can't like 2 hours max with a book, and then I gotta stop. And you're only going to get through so many.
Yeah. I think the other thing is, you know, people are like the mental fatigue. If I'm going to read it, I want to remember it. You know, I don't read a ton of fiction. I read some fiction, but like, you know, if I'm reading it, I want to remember it and I want to like use it. So I would slow down for that. Like half reading where I'm missing half the page and have to keep rereading it. As soon as I start rereading a sentence, I'm like, all right, pack it in. So that being 2 or 3 pages instead of 2 or 3 chapters, it just slows you down. But I
how do you find your books?
You know what? They kind of lead to each other. Sometimes they'll mention one or another. And so I'm like, I want to dig more into that. References, sometimes footnotes. I have a real problem with podcasts, book mentions, and like clicking on Amazon almost immediately. Like,
yeah,
I'll be like, ooh, I got to put that on the list. So I have a stack of books I haven't read, but like, I'll get to them eventually, you know. But I think there's that's
a good place to be, though. It's nice to set yourself up so that you can look at that stack and go, okay, I know I have that to go through and look forward to. Yeah. But also, where do I want to begin instead of just like, I have one book and this is the book I will read. Yeah. This happens very, very rarely with me, but because I find books mostly the same way, a lot of recommendations from other books, podcasts, other friends, and things like that. But it's very rare that I will start reading something and not finish it because I feel like I have to give it its reverence to finish the book. Yep. But I did read, I got 120 pages into like a 300-page book a couple weeks ago. And I was just like, I'm not into this anymore. Yeah. It was a very difficult decision for me to go stop reading it. Yeah. Like I kept going all right, let me do another 10 pages. Maybe something will happen that will pull me in a little more. And it didn't. And it was really difficult for me to just close the book and say, this goes back to the library. Yeah. I don't need to know what happens.
Yeah. I'm with you. Know? I started that with movies. Like I've never been that way with movies most of my life, but now if I'm not in like really into it, I'm like, there's so many. There's
so many. And at least a movie will be over in 2 hours so that like even a movie is almost like a movie is tough too though, because like, again, the first half hour, there's going to be so much plot establishment and things like that, that like, you're not really going to get to the meat of what's really good until the second half. And I feel that way with a lot of books too. Yeah. But there was just something about this one where I was like, I feel like it's a chore to read, and that's not how it's supposed to be. This is my relaxation time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably quicker with movies, like first 10 minutes or something. I'm like, I don't care about this person. I'm done. Or like something has 7 series or 7 seasons and I'm just starting first one. I'll give them the pilot because I know that's going to be different. But then the first episode, I'm just like, okay. And then if it doesn't hook me, I'm like, I'm not going to put up with this for 6 seasons. You know? Like,
I've watched, I don't think I've ever done one for like 6 seasons that I haven't enjoyed, but I've definitely gone through a whole season of a show thinking like, okay, this has great actors. I love the plot. I like where they're going. Why do I not like this? Yeah. What is it that's like pulling me away from it? And I mean, it was like literally, I remember there was this one show, I can't remember the name of it, but it was on Netflix and it had Emma Stone and Jonah Hill. And it was this weird, like time traveling, multi-storyline.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember the show?
Yeah.
I hated it. I never liked it. And I kept thinking like, this is going to get better. Right. And then by the time it was like a 10 episode show, by the time I was 4 episodes in, I was like, God damn it. I don't like this. And I'm like, my fiance and I would look at each other like, are we going to do another one?
I remember nothing of that show. I remember none of it.
Yeah. Dude, I remember it got really weirdly fantasy based and they were crossing all these storylines and it just got to the point where it's like, I'm not enjoying this at all. And when it was over, I was like, good fucking riddance to those 10 hours of my life I will never get back.
The only ones that got me mad like that was the Making of a Murderer one.
Oh, I only did season 1. When they came out with season 2 of Making a Murderer, I was like, no goddamn way am I giving more of my time to this person where we don't even know yet if he did it. They're not even answering the question. I'm not going down this road again.
I still don't think we know. But both of those were like 10 hours. And I was like, this literally could have been an hour and a half. Like it's an interesting story, but you're wasting my time now. You're wasting my time.
There's a lot of those now where it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. The dad killed his daughters and you want answers and there aren't any. Well, don't put this on me. I can't think about why this dad did this when you're not giving me any reason. Dude, we tried to watch the new Unsolved Mysteries that came out on Netflix, and we decided after the first episode we can't do it anymore because we're not watching a show that's leaving all these unresolved questions and going, so what do you think happened to Marilyn? It's like, I don't know. Watch this so I would learn. And now you're just going to tell me she disappeared and there's nothing but a glowing cape left in her driveway? What do I do with that, Matt? What do I do?
Our show is called No Endings. Every show will have no ending ever.
We do. The police did a bad job. That's what the show should be called. Mistakes were made, and we'll leave you frustrated as hell when we tell you about them.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Are you?
I'm gonna turn that into a bit.
Dude, I have this like file.
What are you gonna ask me?
I have this file that I use that I like when I think of something useful, like I jot it down, like that's idea capture, right? And just nothing is like, I'm finding so very little funny in the world that I appreciate this conversation so much. I have not laughed this hard in so long. Like, holy shit.
I'm glad, man. Well, I need this too. I mean, this is the best way I can connect with people right now. And yeah, I mean, I just think I love, as someone who doesn't complain about a lot and I don't make excuses, I still love to vent.
Yeah,
I still love to like get mock angry. I'm not actually upset with Unsolved Mysteries, but I like pretending that they're literally fucking up my universe by not showing me what happened to this person that may or may not have been murdered.
Oh my God. Oh, all right. I want to find out something about what's going on with the pugs, the pug calendar, and then I want to hear what's Ellen like.
Oh, man. Well, so I'll answer that in 3 stages. The pugs are doing amazing. They love COVID more than anything because mommy and daddy don't leave the house anymore. And they are all over it. Like we had a theory, like my fiance was like, I think dogs started COVID to make us stop leaving the house the time. Right? And I mean, it got to the point where like, it was like 2 months in, I swear to God, I have 2 pugs. I swear to God, one of them looked at me and said, I could really use some space. Like I have a vivid memory of him looking at me and speaking those words. And I was like, oh, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, dude. And maybe I was high, maybe I wasn't, but I was like, oh, if I've been home this long, my dog is asking me for separation. This is bad. Part 2 to the question. The pug calendar was just a one-time deal. I made it in 2018, and then I made postcards. After we sold out of the calendar, I made postcards, and I sold those on the road. And it was a great piece of merch. I was really happy with it. A lot of people really loved buying them because they're just hilarious photos. And for those people that don't know what we're talking about, I made a pug yoga calendar in 2018 I have 2 pugs. One of them is a rescued Korean pug. She came from a kill shelter when she was 5 years old. She just has this very Zen quality. And I just started doing yoga with her one day and balancing her on me. And she was really into it. So next thing you knew, took some pictures. Troy Conrad, one of LA's finest photographers in the comedy world, and just in general, was shot the hell out of it. And we made this beautiful piece of art. And it made its way to the Ellen Show. So this is part 3 of the question. It made its way to the Ellen Show, at which point they featured it on the air on January 2nd, 2018, because they did a segment called, it was weird calendars you could buy for the year. And we were the first one out of 3, pug yoga. And so I didn't even know what was happening because they had asked for these calendars like a month and a half before. I get a call from my friend's mom. I'm at Universal. I'm at lunch and I get a call from my friend's mom going, do you know you're on the Ellen Show right now? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Please tape, send it over. And then 3 more people texted me within 5 minutes. Do you know you're on Ellen right now? You're on fucking Ellen right now. And I didn't even know what was happening. Then luckily, like somebody filmed it and sent it to me and I got to see it. But man, it was just what that project did for me is it showed that believe in your stupid ideas. Don't just throw things away because you think there's they're a fallacy or they're too outlandish or whatever. Like, lean into shit that is you, even if you don't know where it will go, because we put so much love into that thing, in the design, in the photos, just in all of it. Yeah. And people really loved it. And that meant the world. And when it got on Ellen, despite the fact that she is obviously a monster in this day and age, what a proud moment for us as for myself as an artist and for us as a family to the story was just so beautiful. Like this little Korean pug moves to Los Angeles and becomes a yoga instructor. Like, it's just so beautiful and silly. And I mean, I love those photos are everything to me. I love them so much. And yeah, just the power of belief, man. Never throw away an idea because you think it's too stupid. That's what that is.
That would be a good children's book. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, my dream, this is one of my thousands of dreams. So I was at Burning Man that same year, and I remember I was at a friend's camp, and we were just laying around, kind of on drugs. It was the middle of the night, and she's like, "Is it true you made a pug yoga calendar?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, I wish I could see that." And I was like, "I have my phone. I have all the pictures here." And I was scanning, so I'm looking at these, and she literally goes, "Stop. This is the best thing I've seen at Burning Man." And I was like, okay, that is a very huge blanket statement. I mean, we are in the land of the most amazing shit you've ever seen in your life. And 7 square miles of it, this is the most amazing thing. And then I thought of this idea that I would love to do one day where I would blow up all 12 images to 15 by 15 photos, and then make them into a giant circle that surrounds, so they're all enclosing you, but from the outside you don't know what it is, and then you walk into the circle and there's all 12 images in a clock basically that are larger than life, and you've just stepped into this crazy pug yoga universe. And I want that so bad, just because everything at Burning Man is there to delight you and just be like, why is this here? And that to me is the ultimate, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
What am I standing here right now? Who put this here? I want that moment so bad.
I think you can make it happen, man.
Yeah. I mean, dude, anything to bring joy to people. I am a master of silliness, and I love delighting people, and I just want people to feel good and break them out of their universe for a second. I want people, that's my favorite thing people tell me after a show is dude, I really forgot about my problems for a little bit.
Yeah. Perfect.
Then I did my job to the highest of my abilities.
Yeah. No, you're a silly fuck, man. I love you. It's so fun.
Proud of it.
Well, this is good, man. I appreciate talking to you. Is there anything you feel like you need to talk about? Anything you want to plug? Tell me. Oh, shit, I forgot. Your special. Talk about your special. Dude, that London special was so dope. Yeah.
I got my special that I want to talk about, and I got one more thing that I want to bring up. I think you'll be really into this. So the special, I was going to shoot an actual comedy special this year. I was supposed to record an album in April, already had the date, the venue, all of the tickets sold, all that shit. Obviously that didn't happen. Then I was going to record a special in September, but obviously that couldn't happen either, because what I wanted to do was a very big idea that required an event, and that couldn't happen, obviously. Yeah. So my friend took this footage we had. We went to London in November of 2019, and 2 friends came with me. One of them is a filmmaker, and he filmed every single thing we were doing, just for fun and our own memories. And he was going to put together a little 7 to 10 minute little tour documentary of Alex Hooper goes to London. Here's what happened.
Yeah.
When the special couldn't happen, he realized he had way more footage than he initially thought, and realized I can really make something out of this. Yeah. So he put together this beautiful 27-minute special that is a blended comedy special, travel log, tour documentary. A lot of people said it was like watching an episode of Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations, but with a comedian instead of instead of a chef. Yeah. And that to me was the best compliment. You were basically watching, you're watching me dance my way through another country that I've never been to, doing all these shows, all these stages, meeting people, eating the food, and just having fun.
Yeah.
And it kind of like invited you into the life of a touring comedian and just says like, this is what it is. Like, yeah, I do shows for every night, but then there's 23 hours in the day that you don't see. So let's show you some of that.
Yeah.
And people really responded to it. They really enjoyed watching it. A lot of people were like, this is better than most specials that are coming out. And I don't say that to toot my own horn. I say that because we did something different and it resonated.
Yeah.
You know, this is not just one man standing on a stage showing different angles of the same theater. You're seeing a city. Yeah. You're experiencing it as we did. And I think there's something to that. And it really was a proof of concept to say, this is how we're going to do things going forward. Yeah. Like we're going to keep making specials like this that are so far beyond just the jokes and the comedy.
Yeah, no, it was excellent. It really did feel like a trip with you, you know, like it was super fun. It was super fun. And I mean,
and it's short. 27 minutes is like, I feel like that's not a big ask. And I think I'm sure, I know you watch comedy specials too. I think a lot of times we get bored within 10 minutes because we're so used to the live experience, right? Yeah. You and I know what it's like to be in a room where a comedian's killing. Well, I turn on a special of my favorite comedian, doesn't really look at the killing because I've seen what killing is, and this isn't capturing it.
Weird rooms, and big rooms and theaters and stuff.
Yeah, well, you gotta bring something new to the table.
Yeah. I mean, you did that 100%. Like, and that was another thing during the pandemic that you did. And I was just, you know, it's interesting because like you're, how do I say it? Like roast comedy doesn't come to mind in my mind. Like it's not the way I think. Right. Like,
no,
but people that are good at it it's such an interesting like thing to like watch and to like see as a thing, like seeing roast battle and seeing, you know, you doing that on a main stage was just so impressive because it's just such an interesting art. It's unlike anything else. And man, we got to get back to liveness.
It's
got to get back to liveness.
Dude, I can't wait. Yeah. But I mean, I'll say this, like I never thought roasting would be a part of my journey. I never could have. Like, if you had told me this I guess now like 6.5 years ago, where it was right before roast battle, like I would have been like, how, why, how, where did I go wrong? What happened? Yeah. Like, and it just so happens that I love the process of writing those jokes, and they're all like figuring out little puzzles, but also I love the dichotomy of me being this very happy beacon of light. I'm so jubilant and I try to make everyone feel good and be positive and optimistic, but then I can tear you the fuck down harder than almost anybody else on the planet. Yeah. And I love playing both sides. I like the reason why I wear these crazy costumes on America's Got Talent is because to me, I'm like, guys, this is a joke. This is all in fun. See, I'm wearing a tail. Yeah. And people still don't get that. And to me, that's just even more hilarious. It's like, what else do I need to do to show you that I'm not serious? Yeah. Like, what else can I do here? And I don't know. But that's why I love, like, I like that I have the roasting side of things to do, just because it's just a different way of thinking. And it does come in handy. Like, if you come to my show, I mean, obviously you've seen me on stage a bunch of times. I'm not just sitting there like, sir, look at you, you fat piece of fuck. Like, you know, I'm not doing that. Yeah. If it happens organically, it does. Yeah. But it's just another tool that I want, you know, in my arsenal. And I like having it there.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun to watch. Like, I respect it. It's it's ridiculous. Like, do you think do you like slip into, and I'm just projecting, like I'm trying to think how, like, I'd almost have to like slip into a character that thinks a certain way to do it. Right.
Oh, 100%. That's what when you are watching me on America's Got Talent, you are watching a very extreme version of Alex Hooper, where I am in this mode where nothing can hurt me, and also I can do no wrong in my own mind. Like, there is a level, it goes beyond confidence. It is pure arrogance at that level. And I say that unapologetically because you have to get yourself there if you're going to succeed in doing something like that. If I felt any shame or hesitation whatsoever, all of a sudden, especially in 2018, when I got basically booed off the stage, I would have looked down and had a moment where I go, what am I doing? Why am I embarrassing myself like this? Why did I subject myself to this form of abject torture? And why did I dress like this to do it? This is not what people do. But instead I'm going, nope, everything I do is 100% correct and you can't tell me differently. And therefore the character works because he's so flawed that he can't be hurt.
Yeah.
And there's something to that where I can step into that role. And I try to step into it a little bit when I'm on stage, but I also show a lot more vulnerability with my own self as a comedian, where I'm not afraid to tell you about my flaws and my fears and my shortcomings, you know? I'm not afraid of all that, but I can still be super confident about it, with just not as arrogant. I'll say that much.
Well, it's awesome. I'm proud to know you, and so it's so awesome to see you doing well and getting all this stuff out there. Like,
thank you. Can I talk to you about one more thing real quick?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, cool. Because I'm so excited about this next thing I have coming out. I basically, when I found out there was another lockdown coming, this is like late November, started to have a little bit of an existential crisis of like, okay, what am I going to do this time? Like, I can't just keep writing in a journal and meditating and slacklining all day. Like, I need to find something. So my fiance and I talked it out, and we ended up on this book. And I wrote, which is now written. So I wrote a personal development workbook. Obviously, like I said, I'm very optimistic. I try to be very inspirational toward other people to live their best lives. So I realized the best way for me to do that is, I've read so many personal development books. What if I write my own? Didn't feel like I was ready to write a full book yet, telling you guys, let me tell you how to be happy or anything. But what I did find, and my fiance led me to this, was to write a workbook. So I wrote a 28-day workbook, and it's called Roast Yourself to Happiness, a Comedian's Guide to Finding Joy by Embracing Your Flaws. And I came up with a 28-day regimen where basically you go through this program, and every day I introduce a general idea or concept about how to live a more fruitful life. And then I have an activity or exercise that pairs with it. And the idea is it's going to take you about 10 to 20 minutes per day if you go through the process. And by the end of the 28 days, you will have learned how to love everything you hate about yourself, and to basically unleash all the bullshit that's inside of you, let it all out, and build yourself back up until you're a person that you can look at and be 100% okay with. And it really came from my own personal journey and me hating myself for so many years and finding ways to love everything about myself. And I realized roasting had such a big part of that, that if I teach people how to basically annihilate themselves, like look in the mirror and don't start with you're beautiful, you're loved, because if you're a depressed person, that shit's not going to mean anything. So instead I go the other way. I'm like, you know what? You're a loser and you're fat and you have ugly scars all over your body, but guess what? They're not going anywhere. So learn to love it and deal with it and move the fuck on, so you can stop thinking about all these things that are holding you back. The main thing I want to teach people in this book is to stop judging and start owning who you are. And once you own who you are, you will shine your light upon everyone else, because that's exactly what happened to me. And I know I can bring that to other people. So we're getting ready. We just sent it off to a proofreader today. And we hope it's ready to go probably by the end of January. You should be able to buy it through Amazon.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, let me know.
Dude, felt really good to it was, I think it's the perfect culmination of where I've been leading to, like using my different skill sets and stuff like that. And also just writing a workbook, a personal development book that I wrote it for me before I became this. I wrote it to the person, to me, who would have used this book as rolling papers or something like that. They would have been like, fuck personal development. That's fucking hippie bullshit. Get out of here with your yoga pants. And I wrote it for that person. And so I wrote it in a way that is, I feel, is very entertaining, but also very straightforward and simple concepts to grasp. You know, it's not difficult once you actually read it and go through the process. And I think a lot of people hold on to shit unnecessarily, and it really weighs you down. And once you learn how to let go, you'll just live a much happier life.
So help a lot of people.
That is my new project, and fuck am I excited about it.
Congrats, dude. Yeah, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna help a lot of people. You already have.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And this is one book that you will definitely get through in only like a day or two. So technically, like, put that in your yearly plan.
Yeah, man.
But technically, it's going to take 28 days, but it's short. I mean, the whole thing is, because it's a workbook, the actual writing of it is only 46 pages.
Yeah.
Which is, and that's because there's a lot, you know, the exercises and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it just feels like the right move, feels like the right direction for me. And I know it's going to open up a lot more opportunities for me to come up with new projects and get involved in others.
Yeah. And you'll be able to go talk about it and talk on it. You know, do talks. You know, like that'll probably.
Yeah, I mean, live events when they come back. You know, being able to do. You know, eventually, I would love to be able to do retreats and seminars and things like that. Where, like, you know, it's like I want to do this in a way where it's like a stand-up comedy retreat could be so fun. You have comedians that are doing shows and teaching you how to write jokes and teaching you all this, but also just teaching you how to just live a more fun life. And I think experiences like that, I think people crave those things, but they also are just incredibly helpful and straightforward. And I think that's what people need sometimes, is they're too afraid of self-help because it means they're going to have to do work, but it's not as much work as it seems, you know?
Yeah, I like that. 28 days. That's cool. That's cool. So it'll be on Amazon, like February. You think Amazon. February, March? Like,
we're honestly really hoping to have it out by the end of January, if not early February. And the beauty of this, and the one thing we're so proud of, is that we came up with this idea on November 23rd. We came up with this idea, and we just started hashing it out, and we just started like outlining it a little bit and thinking like, well, what do we want to achieve? What's this going to be?
Yeah.
And it is now fully written and sent to the editor by January 4th.
Yeah.
And that just shows like, if you want to do something, it doesn't need to take all of your time. It doesn't, I worked on it for probably 2 hours a day for like 3 weeks straight. And the first draft was written, you know? So we're really just like proud of like how fast we put this together. From concept to shipping will be probably 2 months total.
That's dope.
And that feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man. What's next? Packaging this up.
Other than that,
getting this out there. Yeah.
I mean, I have ideas for another special. It involves a slack line. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Can't get too much more into detail on that one because I don't even have all the details yet.
Yeah.
But then get this workbook out there. I got some road dates coming up that it looks like are going to go through.
Yeah.
So like I'm supposed to be in Colorado at the end of this month, Lincoln, Nebraska in March, Tampa in April. And so far it seems like those are going to be able to happen. I've stayed away from the road this entire time because I've not been willing to put myself in that kind of danger or anything like that, or not even myself. I don't want other people to get it because they came to my show.
Yeah.
I don't worry about myself getting it. I worry about, Alex got a COVID outbreak, an Alex Hooper show.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want. To bring people together to get them sick. Sounds terrible. But now I feel like a little more discerning has gone into it. Clubs are being super careful. I've waited very long. I'm only working with clubs that are, apparently friendly, COVID compliant and all that stuff. But I just gotta see where this year takes us, because I had big plans at the beginning of last year and they all got shifted Not necessarily for worse or better, but they got shifted. And if you're willing to adapt and pivot, you will be an unstoppable force. And I think that's what we all need to do, is just roll with what's going on and not resist it so much, but just lean in and figure out how we can be better.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'm really happy you decided to do this and join the chat, dude. It's really good to catch up with you. And
dude, you too, Matt.
And I can't wait to get back to real life, live life, and and catch up with you then. Give you a hug.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I am going to be a hugging monster when this comes. Like, it's literally going to be. There needs to be like, you thought handshakes were bad before, of like, what do we do when we see someone? Are we bumping? Are we shaking? Are we hugging? Wait till we get back in the world this time, because we are going to be like, am I even allowed to come within 6 feet of you? Do you want to touch? Do you just want to do elbows? Should we just suck each other's dicks? What do we do right now? I don't know. Because I want to hug. I want to hug people.
Yeah, it's that one's gonna be strange, you know. But I do think there's gonna be a big comeback of like everything, like a roaring 20s. You know what I mean? Like,
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a slow roll, but I think it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, we deserve that.
Sure.
I think we deserve that after
yeah,
this
we
bullshit.
do. Hell yeah. And I want to be, we want to be the people that are bringing it to light, to be putting on shows, to be entertaining people, to make you forget about all the horrible things that happened this year and focus on the good. Like, I don't want to look back at 2020 and for the rest of my life and go, God, that year sucked. I don't want to think about it in the same way that I don't want to be talking about AGT in 5 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to move on. We have to get past these things and take it as it comes.
Yeah. Are you doing more Achilles heel? You continuing to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I stopped for about 6 months for the first 6 months of the pandemic. I was already planning on taking a break though anyway.
Yeah.
I brought it back probably 3 months ago. So new episodes come out every single Monday. That's my podcast. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. And every week I bring on a guest to talk about their Achilles heel. What's the biggest struggle in their life? What has shaped them? How have they battled? All that stuff. And we really deep dive into these issues. And I'll say this, like, when I brought it back, I didn't realize how much I missed having those conversations.
Yeah.
Doing this, just turning off my phone and talking to you for an hour is such a rarity these days that anyone does this anymore and has a real honest conversation. I think it's so important and wonderful. And it fills me up every single time I do it. And I love, the darker the episode, the more I get into it, the more laughs that we have.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited that that's back. And so, go listen to Achilles heel, everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You're doing good things, Alex. I appreciate you, brother.
I try, man. I really try.
Let's catch up soon.
Yeah, for sure, man. Keep me updated on all this stuff. Go give your son a big hug for me, and we will be back to doing live shows soon enough, man. Soon enough.
Love you, brother.
So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. Yes, I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair ain't never gonna go too well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know too well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that rings in the nights, repeats and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you ain't never gonna win. up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. Yes, I've got you under my skin. Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Love never made